Hey y'all, welcome back to Nene's Texas Kitchen. So today I'm going to show y'all how to take some of that leftover turkey that you have from Thanksgiving and turn it into a pot pie. So it's going to be a family size, so like a full-size pie, and we're going to use our turkey leftovers. So the first thing that I did, you're going to need is 2 pie crusts. So you can either buy them at the store or you can make a pie crust recipe, and I have one of my other ones that shows you how to make the pie crust recipe. I've already got it made. As you can see, I have my little mat laid out here with the flour on it where I rolled out the bottom crust. Then I'll roll out the top crust here in a few minutes. So the rest of the stuff that you're going to need for this recipe is a half a stick of butter, and I've got that in my pan already melting. I want to melt that completely, and then I'm heating my oven up to 400 degrees. So now that my butter is melted, the next thing I'm going to do is take 1.5 cups of mixed vegetables. So these are the frozen ones, and you can buy them at the store in the little package, and just take 1.5 cups of them and put them in here in the melted butter to let them cook for a few minutes. So because they're still partially frozen, they're going to cool that butter back down. So I'm just going to keep cooking them and heating them like that for a few minutes until it starts to get bubbly again. Now I have a little onion powder here. You can chop up real onions, you can put the minced dried onions, or you can use onion powder like me. I'm going to put in, it's going to be about a teaspoon or half a teaspoon of this. Just depends on how much you like the flavor. It's just for flavoring. And I'm going to let that continue to kind of cook that way. And the other ingredients that you're going to need is 1/4 cup of flour, 1 cup of cream, and 2 cups of chicken broth. And then your turkey. So let me get out the turkey. So I just took some of the turkey breast that I had left, and I chopped it up. So this is about 2 cups of chopped cubed turkey breast, and I'll put that in just a minute once this heats back up, and then I'll show you how to make the rest of the filling for the pie. So turn this heat up on this a little bit. I had it low since I was waiting to get everything started with the video. So we just are going to heat this till it sautés. And then we'll add in our turkey in a few minutes. And you're going to bake the pie in the oven for about 45 minutes or so. So these vegetables will get softened the rest of the way when they're baking. But you just want to get them slightly softened now and completely coated in the butter. Now we're going to take our flour. Let the butter get a little bit hotter. I want it to be kind of bubbly. It's starting to bubble around the edges. We're going to take our flour and put that in to coat all the vegetables and everything with the flour and butter combined, like so. And just kind of heat that over the heat for a couple minutes. It smells really good, that onion seasoning we put in there. Now you'll take the chicken broth, 2 cups, and pour that in to that mixture, and you want to kind of cook and stir that until it starts to thicken up just a little bit, not all the way thickened, just slightly. And we're going to add our cream. So here goes our cream. And you could probably use whole milk, would be fine. It may just not have quite as rich of a flavor as it does with the cream, but it'll still taste good. So if you want to just use milk, you can just use milk. All right, so we're gonna cook this and heat this for a while until it starts to thicken up, and then we'll come back and show you what's next. All right, y'all, so I cooked this on the stove top for about like 4 minutes or so, and as you can see, it's gotten a lot thicker. So now I'm going to go ahead and add in the turkey, like so, and the turkey's been in the refrigerator, so that'll cool it down a little bit more. And now I'm gonna take just some salt and pepper, and I'm just gonna put a little salt and pepper in it. You put it to taste, however much you would normally like to season it. You might want to do just a little and then season a little bit more later. But that is all you have to do to make the filling. So now I'm going to get out my pie crust that's been chilling, and I'm going to roll out the top while I just let this sit here and cool down just a little bit. All right, so as you can see, I have my bottom crust here, homemade, ready to go. But like I said, if you want to buy like the store brand ready-made pie crust, you can. The ones that you like unfold and put in your own plate is usually easier because you can get two. But if you buy the ones that are already in a pie plate, then just remember you'll have to thaw one of them down so you can take it out and then flatten it out and roll it out yourself. So that you can use it as a top crust. You can still use it, you just have to conform it to your own shape because it's going to be in the shape of a pie pan. So I'm just sprinkling a little extra flour for rolling purposes. When I make my own pie crusts, I like to put them in the wrap and then I kind of shape them into these flat discs because it'll make it a little bit easier when I'm ready to roll them out because they already kind of have the shape I'm wanting. So we're just going to roll it, and you can turn your pastry pie crust, and then you just want to kind of keep that round shape, and you don't want it too thick, so you want to roll it out big enough to where it will cover and conform with your bottom part of your pie. And you don't want it too doughy. So that looks about right. So now this has cooled just a slight amount. It doesn't have to cool all the way down. So now we're just going to pour it in to our crust. We have a little bit left over, which is fine. Don't overfill your pot pie. Tastes good. Now I'm just going to lift this, and the way I do it is I like to fold them in thirds, like so, and then it makes it a thicker thing to pick up, and then you can lay it over your pie this way. Now you want to press it down all around the edge to make a seal. And as you saw, I still had my knife out, so I'm going to trim off the excess like this. And this is a good way to make a pie, like a pot pie, out of your leftover turkey from Thanksgiving or from Christmas. I also make, a lot of times I'll make like chicken and dumplings, but I'll use my leftover turkey to do that. And we'll have to draw a vent, cut a vent into the top too. So I'm going to press the edges just to give it a little crimp, like so. And that helps to seal the top and bottom together, as well as make it a little bit more decorative than just a plain edge, which is always nice. And then the other thing that we need to do is cut a little vent. So we're going to cut a vent right in the center. So I just take the point end of my sharp knife and I stick it in and then I rotate to make a little circle like so. And then I'll just cut some little slits coming off from that. You can egg wash your pie if you want to make it nice and pretty and shiny on top. It's not necessary, it's just for looks. So then we're going to put this in the oven and bake it for about 35 to 45 minutes. We're just going to check it and see if it's getting browned enough to where the crust is done on the top and bottom. And I'm going to do that on a cookie sheet. And the reason I like to do that is just in case any of my filling leaks out, it'll leak onto the cookie sheet and not into the bottom of my oven, which I hate having to get out that burnt stuff out of the bottom. So we're gonna egg wash this and put it in the oven, and we'll show you when it's done. All right, y'all, our turkey pot pie made with Thanksgiving leftovers is done. And I baked it for about 45 minutes just to make sure that the bottom got completely done. And I've let it sit here and cool for about 30 minutes. It's still gonna be warm on the inside. So now we're gonna cut into it, and it's not gonna be set like a set pie would be, like a custard pie, but it'll be good enough. So just gonna cut through and get a slice out so you can see it. And there's the pie. And now we're gonna try some. That's really good. It's perfect. If you like my video using turkey from Thanksgiving leftovers to make a turkey pot pie, please give me a thumbs up, like the video, leave me a comment down below, share it with others. Don't forget to hit that subscribe button. Go back and watch some of my other videos. Tell your friends. I appreciate you guys watching, and we'll see y'all next time in Nini's Texas Kitchen.